What is up, everyone, and welcome back to more Death Note. I am here with my reaction to episode 10. I am loving me some Death Note every single day. I do want to apologize, though. I wasn't feeling very well this past week, so I know that we've been slipping a little bit with the rotation between Naruto and My Hero Academia, so hopefully next week we can get back on track and we can go back to the Death Note every single day, and then I can rotate Naruto with My Hero for you guys, because we're just heating up in Naruto and we're just heating up with My Hero. Things are getting good, but for now, it is time for some more Light versus L. I freaking loved the last episode. I can't believe L just showed himself like that. But, you know, the real question is, why does he sit? Like, I was going to demonstrate it, but there's wheels on my chair, so I'm not entirely sure how that would go. But why does he sit like that on the chairs? It's so weird. The other question I have is... No, this can't even be right. I was going to say, is he a student? But nah, he was literally just using his power so that he could actually go to the graduation. There's no way that he's actually the same age as Light and a student and a detective. The best one at that. Nah, I don't think that's the case. Alright, don't forget to hit me up over on my social media. All the links you need are below. Alright, let's do this. I like that today's episode is called Doubt, because maybe Light's gonna finally doubt his abilities to stay concealed.
Ryuga, were you raised in the UK?
I lived in England for about 5 years when I was younger, but save your breath. Nothing in that story would reveal Elle's true identity, I promise you.
Oh, that is such a weird response. I actually feel really bad for Light, because it's like, see if Light wasn't the one with the Death Note, he would feel pretty crappy that L had revealed himself to him.
But I know Kira hates to lose.
So I wonder if Light is going to intentionally lose this.
We're under orders from L not to discuss the case with anyone, including you.
I'm not asking for details here, just what you're doing and where.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Isn't that his boss, though? How can you not tell your boss what you're doing?
Do you have any idea how many people are left at Task Force headquarters these days? If you're concerned with public opinion, then you'll want to suppress the fact that most of our detectives would rather let a serial killer roam free than risk their lives.
That is kind of the point, you know what I mean? Like, the police are supposed to put themselves on the line to keep people safe, and so many have quit.
In my opinion, he's a lot more capable than we are. Right now, even as we speak, he's risking his life.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, L, out of everyone, has literally shown his face. This is insane.
Hideki and Ryuga, these are the same two guys who scored perfect on the exam. Relax, Light. While it's true that Kira hates losing, it's also true that most people would rather win than lose. It's human nature.
Is he going to think that I'm Kira if I go for the win? I suppose I could just lose on purpose, but if I do, it could work against me. Since he'd expect Kira to want to win, he might also expect me to throw them at—
Exactly! So it's like, what are you supposed to do when you know that you're being watched?
Either way, I'm not going to let him win.
I mean, maybe he just wants to play some tennis. What about that? Maybe he just wants a friend.
That's 4 games all. Light Yagami to serve.
And just like that, we've got an umpire and a line judge.
I can see the wheels turning, Light Yagami. I'm already in your head.
There's no way this tennis match will deepen our friendship. This is a token gesture, an elaborate act we'll go through so we can say we're closer.
Because I wanted to play tennis with you, you'll assume that I'm preparing to take a step closer, laying the groundwork to get to know you better.
Oh my gosh. It's just like, talk about people overthinking everything.
If you want me to discuss Kira with you, it only makes sense that I'd want to ask for proof that you are in charge of the investigation, and more importantly, that you are really L as you say you are.
So it goes without saying that the first thing you're going to want from me is...
some kind of confirmation from a third party that you really are L, which means...
we'll have to go to Task Force headquarters.
Oh, yeah, but like not everybody knows L's face.
Game and set! Won by Light Yagami!
Oh! L? I hope that's not like the way things are gonna go just now, where Light constantly wins.
You want to go somewhere for a drink?
You humored me with the tennis match. The least I can do is answer some of your questions. But before this conversation goes any further, there's something I must tell you.
What's that?
I suspect that you, Light Yagami, are in fact Kira. Now, if you still want to ask me something, then please go ahead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're just gonna come out and say it?
You think I'm Kira?
Well, when I say I suspect you, it's only a 1% possibility. That aside, I don't mind telling you that once I'm sure you aren't Kira, and I can verify that your deductive skills are as strong as I think they are, I'd like nothing more than to have you work with me on this investigation.
Ooh, I can't believe he just came out and said it though. I think you're Kira.
It means he has grounds to prevent me from meeting anyone on the task force. That was quite the preemptive move on his part. He got me.
He keeps getting you. Light, that's the problem.
I don't sit like this because I want to. I have to sit like this. You see, if I were to sit normally, my deductive skills would immediately be reduced by roughly 40%.
Really? So that's why you sit like that? Is that why I'm a dumbass?
Photographs of 3 notes written by prison inmates while under Kira's control just prior to their deaths. None of this information has been made public. You can take as long as you want to look them over. Please let me know what you think.
Very interesting. Come on, this is child's play. There's a print number on the back of each of these photographs. If I ignored this fact and was still able to come up with the phrase, "L, do you know, gods of death love apples," what would that mean? Clearly, if I read it the way Kira intended on my first attempt, I'd only look more suspicious. But the fact that I'm able to solve this silly code isn't enough on its own to prove that I'm Kira.
Oh my gosh, I just feel like there's so much thought going into every single movement right now that I'm trying to put myself in L's shoes.
If you line these notes up side by side and take a look at the first letter of every line, it reveals a message. Rearranging it like this gives you L, do you know? Gods of death love apples. But there are obvious print numbers on the back of all these photographs. Arrange it in that order, we get L, do you know? Love apples, gods of death.
But that doesn't make any sense though.
The thing is, there were actually 4 photographs. When we add this one, it reads, L, do you know? Gods of death who love apples have red hands.
It's a fake. I never made any criminal write the letter in this 4th picture. Is he stupid? But seeing as I only had 3 photographs to work with, my deduction was perfect.
No, it wasn't. The truth is, there were 4 of them. If you'd figured that out, it would have been perfect. Even though you knew the message was incomplete, you decided that there were only 3 notes. You never even considered that there might be a 4th. What do you make of that?
As per usual, one step ahead again.
If I keep falling for his tricks, I'll be playing right into his hands.
It's amazing his poker face, like no expression or anything.
We all know gods of death don't exist.
If you were me, faced with someone who might be Kira, how would you go about establishing this person's innocence or guilt? You'd need to be absolutely sure.
I would probably try to get him to say something that was never made public in any way. Something that only Kira could know. Kinda like what you were doing just now.
Truly amazing. What's incredible is that I've asked countless detectives that same question, and it took most of them minutes to even come up with an answer. But you immediately thought of a scenario in which Kira is speaking directly to the investigator.
Are you sure? Are you sure he's not just a fine version of Kira?
I'm in a position where even if you are Kira, it would still be to my benefit to have you working alongside us. Do you know why I'd say that?
If I cooperate with you, there's a chance I can help the investigation to move forward. And if I'm Kira, I might reveal myself. In other words, whether I'm Kira or not, you stand to gain either way. It's a very smart move on your part. But I think you might be getting the wrong idea. It's true that I do have an interest in the Kira case, and yes, detective work is a hobby of mine. But I know that I'm not Kira, and I certainly don't want to be killed by him. Besides, what proof have you been able to give me that you yourself aren't Kira?
That's the thing. It's like L hasn't shown any proof to Light whatsoever, so L could technically be Kira.
I think I'd be convinced if, say, my father or someone else from the task force headquarters was able to confirm your identity. If you can't do that, then I'm afraid I just won't be able to help you.
You sure talk a lot, don't you, Light? Typical for someone who hates losing. I think that's 7%.
Ooh, it's going up and up and up. He said as well that it's usually 5%, and Light has already gone past that.
Does this guy have a death wish? I don't understand. What's he thinking?
Excuse me.
Oh, there goes mine.
Yes?
Ryuzaki, I have some bad news.
Light, your father is...
Light, it's your...
My father, he had a heart attack.
What? But he was just in a meeting a second ago. Did something happen? And a heart attack? That's a bit suspicious. Did Light try and kill his dad?
So the doctors think stress was the only cause?
Yeah. To be honest, I thought it was Kira when I first collapsed, but I'll be all right. It seems I've been pushing myself a bit too hard lately.
Indeed. It must have added to your stress knowing that Light is a suspect in this investigation.
You actually told my father that?
Yes. In fact, I've told him everything. It's true, he even knows that I am ill.
Well, there's your confirmation, Light, that you are literally sitting next to the guy that you want.
So, Ryuzaki, now that you've had the chance to talk to my son, is he cleared as a suspect?
Ah, no, it's gone up the ways.
I find Light's deductive powers quite impressive. He's always quick and to the point.
Ryuga, I'd like to help with the investigation. My father has erased any doubts I might have had regarding your true identity.
So maybe Light can take over in place of his father, but it's still really suspicious to me that his dad had a heart attack, but he didn't die though, so...
You remember my promise? That if something ever happened to you, I would find Kira and make sure he gets executed.
I refuse to believe that my son could turn out to be Kira.
This doesn't seem like an act to me. Or if it is, it's too cheesy.
Light, listen to me. Kira is pure evil. We can all agree on that. But recently, I've started thinking of this whole situation in a different way. What is truly evil is the power to kill people. And any person who has come to possess this kind of power is cursed. No matter how you use it, no true happiness can be obtained like that. Not by killing other people.
Ooh, this is literally coming from your father. You should listen to him.
I would say that he's cursed.
Ryuzaki, I'm sorry for all this trouble, but I'll be back at work as soon as the doctors let me out of here.
Excuse me. Visiting hours were over 10 minutes ago.
So what the heck? Was it just stress overload? I mean, he did have the cameras in the house, and then he watched his son for days. It's a lot.
Don't worry so much. Be patient. It'll become apparent to us if you're not Kira. And listening to that conversation between you and your father, I was almost convinced you might not be him.
Ooh, so we've gone down a couple of percentages.
I know I agreed to help with the investigation, but I don't think I'll be able to do much until my father is healthy again.
Yes, of course.
So what do you think, Elle? What does Ryuk think about all this?
He's the L I've been fighting this whole time. But what is his real name?
Light Yagami. Are you not Kira?
Ryuk. Huh? I never once felt cursed since I picked up the Death Note. In fact, the thought never even crossed my mind. I'm happier than I've ever been, all thanks to this power. I'm going to create a perfect world.
But your own father has literally called you cursed. How can you live with that?
Normally, humans who come into contact with a Shinigami have nothing but misfortune.
I mean, he's having misfortune. His dad is in hospital.
You people must think that just mentioning Kira's name is enough to get us the ratings we need, huh? Well, you're wrong. Our program gets the ratings because we cover the stories that the other stations won't touch. If it bleeds, it leads. What I need is a good freaking story, not this crap. Now get out there and find me a story.
But the police won't talk, sir. It's been impossible to get details from them lately.
Idiot! I don't pay you to complain. If they won't give you anything, then get creative.
Oh yeah, just be a commentary channel. Make it up. That's what they do.
This is what I call a story. It's almost too good to be true. A message to the world from Kira. If you do not broadcast these tapes, I will kill your company's board of directors one by one.
What?
This is for real. Our ratings are gonna go through the roof. Holy crap! I'm so excited I feel like I'm having a heart attack here.
What? Wait, what? I don't think... Why? Okay, obviously Light has something else that he wants to say, but... That's really weird. I remember he said that he put like a ton of names as like a schedule so that people are continuously dying even though Light is like out and about and doing things. But I don't know, like I wonder if L has had a chance to kind of look at like the timings of the schedule and things like that and to be like, okay, well, I'm hanging out with Light at the moment and this is like the same schedule over and over and over and it's changed ever since I've started hanging out with Light. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if that's a possibility, but I don't know. Kind of interesting as well, though. I didn't expect that his father would have a heart attack like that, but I still don't understand how they've already just decided that Light is the main suspect. Like, there has to be so many other people that he could focus on. Like, I understand that the anime is following Light, that's the whole thing. But you'd think that L would kind of be following many other people, considering that Light only has maybe a 5 or 7%, you know, chance that it is him. So I wish he would kind of follow some other people as well to show how he's going to narrow it down to being Light. But I guess it's obviously not gonna go that way. But regardless, still an awesome, awesome episode. And I'm really excited to see when we start getting to some more of like the twists, the turns, and the plot points. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode with me, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.